Hello everybody, welcome back to the Farming Simulator 25 map guide. Today we're going to take a look at Riverview. But before that, this video is brought to you by Will Houseman and Squiggy486. Thank you for being farm barons. So the Riverview map can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game downloadable content menu, and as of the 1.0 release, this map is available for all platforms. Now, this map is going to be 314 megabytes to download and is by Cavalier Roy and the Monkey Show modding crew. Let me read you a little bit of the description. Welcome to Riverview Farm. This is a fictional UK map offering every player alike something to do, be it forestry, animal care, arable work, or production-based gameplay. You can sell all the barns, sheds, walls, etc. on the farmyards, giving you the ability to customize the farmyard to your liking. Most hedges can be cut away to open up fields, giving you the ability to extend or join fields together. All walls, fences, and non-cuttable hedges from around the main road can be sold, allowing you to open the map up to suit your playstyle. Now, a little bit of a note on that, and I'll circle back to that while we're in the map. But just remember, there's a little asterisk there. There are 4 farms on this map, each offering something different. Forestry on this map has its own unique challenge. For those who love to clear out large areas of trees, this map is also precision farming ready. As we now know, precision farming is coming to Farming Simulator 25 in the second quarter of this year. This map includes 49 fields. One of every base game production building is already pre-placed. A lot of forestry areas, for each offering its own unique challenges on this map. Cuttable hedges allow you to join or extend fields together. And then again, our asterisk about walls, fences, and non-cuttable hedges. There are 4 farms spread around the map, multiple sell points. All goods, including factory goods, can be sold at them, and there are custom factory goods built on this map. Collectibles are not on the map yet. They will be coming in an update later this month. And again, the map is precision farming ready with a custom soil map. Hopefully, when precision farming comes, there aren't changes to the soil map, so this will work right out of the gate. With that, let's go ahead and jump over here to the map and take a look at the PDA. Now, some of you that have been around for quite a long time with Farming Simulator will recognize the roads and some of the layout of this map, because at the heart of Riverview, we go all the way back, dial all the way back, take our time machine to Farming Simulator 11. This was not Riverview, but this, at its heart, was the base map for Farm Sim 11. And there are other maps out there. I played a map in Farm Sim 17 that was based on the parent of this map called Churn Farms. I did 24-day seasons on that map. And in Farm Sim 17, this map had a different name. It was named Newbie Farm. And to that end, you'll see a banner over the starting farm here that says Newbie Farm. So that's a little nod back to some of this map's heritage. But I believe it's been Riverview since Farm Sim 19. Now, this map does include all the standard crops available to us in Farm Sim 25. And if we come over here to our lands area, you'll see that our farmland, our starting farmland, is farmland ID 57. It's going to be 7 hectares in size, and it's going to be $422,000 to buy if you do select to not own the starting farm at the start. In addition to farmland 57, we also start up by owning fields 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 16 at the start. The starting farm includes 2 large cow barns and a chicken coop. Now, to that end, there are 3 additional farms on this map. Farmland ID 50, and Farmland ID 50 is going to have pigs, cows, chickens, horse, and sheep or goats. And I guess I really should say cows or buffalo, because the cow pen could do either of those. We have Farmland 60, that is going to be a pig farm. And then we have sheep or goats over here at Farmland ID 56. We're going to buy those 3 farms here in a little bit when we get around to checking out all the individual farmlands. Overall, this map has 9 different sell points scattered around the map. And we have a very unique sell point down here at the harbor, because the harbor is technically off the map. So while this is a standard size map, it's a standard plus because this little area here is off the playable edge of the map. So this could be our first map that's larger than standard size available on console. It's not 4X, but it is technically larger than standard size. And when we get down here, I'll show you where the technical map edge is and how we can actually extend beyond that just a wee little bit. This map has 20 productions pre-placed on it, and we're going to be taking a look at those productions here in a brief moment. We do have our standard Farm Sim 25 calendar on this map. And as far as our cows go, well, we start out with 20 Holstein cows at one of our barns. We have 35 chickens in our chicken coop, and we have 30 Angus cows over at the second barn. And these are very high capacity sheds. We'll talk about how many animals you can store in these in a little bit. With respect to contracts, we do have all sorts of contracts available to us, including our dead wood contracts, rock removal, and stone picking and wood transport. As far as productions go, well, we started by owning a custom production in the farm's production. And this thing is going to be your friend because you can see it produces a ton of different products. So we have the ability to make diesel fuel from canola, water, and methane. We have the ability to make digestate with slurry. We also get methane straw and electric charge from that. We also have the ability to make digestate from manure, giving us also methane straw and electric charge. And we also can make digestate from silage with digestate, methane, and electrical charge as an output. We can make electric energy with methane gas. We can also dry our grass into hay. We have the ability to make herbicide with digestate, slurry, manure, methane, and water. We're going to get herbicide and straw as outputs there. We have the ability to make lime by adding stone and water to get lime and road salt. We have the ability to make liquid fertilizer, digestate, slurry, methane, and water for liquid fertilizer. We have the ability to do manure, straw in, manure out, methane, and electric charge out. I guess technically we're, rotting our straw for manure. We have mineral feed. So we have the wheat, canola, corn, sugar beet cut, water, and lime to make mineral feed. Pig food, corn, barley, sunflower, sugar beets. Seeds are going to be wheat, herbicide, and water. We're going to be able to take grass and make silage and methane, or chaff and make silage and methane, or hay and make silage and methane. We can make silage additive with digestate, slurry, and water. We have the ability to make slurry with manure and water. Just water that stuff down. We're also going to get some straw as a byproduct. I guess we're filtering out the solids there. Solid fertilizer, digestate, manure, methane, water for solid fertilizer and straw. Sugar beet cut, pretty much sugar beets in, sugar beet cut out. Plus, we're going to be able to get some stones from that process. And lastly, we're going to be able to make TMR, hay, silage, and straw for total mixed rations. Now, as far as productions not owned, we have a bakery. And from the bakery, we can not only make bread from rice and rice flour, we also have the ability to make broche. We have cake, cake flour, cookies, dough, donuts, pancake, pizza, sandwiches, and waffles. Now, we're not going to run down through every single one of those because, well, a lot of these productions are custom and it would take bloody forever. Here we have our BGA, pretty standard biogas plant here on this map. We have a carpentry, so we have planks, long planks, and wood. Cement factory, bricks, cement bags, and roof plate. Cereal factory, we have chocolate cereal, long grain rice cereal, raisin cereal, and cereal rice. We have our cooper, barrel long planks, bathtub planks long, bathtub planks, bucket planks long. We have our dairy, so we have bottled milk, bottled buffalo milk, buffalo mozzarella, buffalo butter, goat milk, butter, regular milk, cheese, chocolate, goat milk bottled, goat cheese, milk, soy milk, and yogurt. Our grain mill, we're going to have all of our various flours, including corn flour, sorghum flour, soy flour, and wheat flour. Our grape processor is going to be grapes and raisins. Our oil mill is going to include all the standard oils plus soybean oil. We have our paper factory. We have piano manufacturing. We also have our potato processor with our various oils. Preserved food factory. We have all of the base game preserved foods here. We have our sawmill, which includes the ability to make long planks, prefab walls, and wooden beams. We have our soup factory, which includes all of the soups that we would expect. Our spinnery for our fabric. Our sugar mill for sugar beet cut sugar, sugar beet sugar, and sugar cane sugar. And notice our output of yeast. So we're going to need to use yeast over at our bakery. And then we have our tailor where we can process our clothes. As I mentioned, we have 9 different sell points on the map for a myriad of all of your various crops and all of your custom productions and base game productions. If you do elect to not own the starting farm, you'll also not start owning any vehicles. We have, of course, selected to own the starting farm. So as far as our starting vehicles go, well, we have the Agrimaz PFE 5XL plow. We have a bale spike. We have the Anderson bale trailer for the round bales. We have the Breedall K105 lime and fertilizer spreader. With a Bednar Omega 06000 FL planter. We have then the Case IH RB 456 HD Pro round baler. Dudsfar 8280 TTV large tractor with a Fendt 516 Vario. We have the Stego 485 Pro silage compactor with a Lizard Dragon truck. With the Massey Ferguson MF7S 210 tractor. We have the Massey Ferguson 8570 harvester. We have the 8570 header and header trailer as well. We have the Pottinger HIT 1618T tedder. We have the Q7M front loader arms. We have the Silo King Trailline 4.0 system TMR mixer. We have Samez KDF front mower, Samez XT390 trailed side mower, and the Samez Z2 840H windrower. We have the Rapide 580V forage wagon and the Wifo HMZ 340. Now this is a 3-point hitch hookup that then converts your tractor to a forklift. And you may notice that all of this machinery basically has some manner of working hours on it and is in some manner of need for repair. So you're not necessarily going to get the best resale value from this machinery if you do want to go ahead and dump the starting machinery at the start to kind of boost your bank account. We do not start owning any hand tools. And again, while it says we have 25 collectibles on this map, Kevlar Roy has confirmed in the 1.0 release, this map does not have collectibles in it. Even though the description says it does, that's coming in a future update later this month. Basically, it was holding the map up from release, so he just pulled them out real fast so we can get those taken care of and get this map out to everyone. When we load this map up for the first time, we start here at the vehicle shop. And our vehicle shop trigger is going to be located right here at the front door. We're just going to go ahead and select something here and see where our machinery is going to spawn. So it spawns here in a very large area of the parking lot. Pretty good sized area for machinery to spawn in here. And then our dealer maintenance trigger is between these two buildings. We have the area marked out and we have our wrench icon. Now I'm just going to tab up here super quick to our starting farm. Pull up the PDA, you can see where we are up here to the north. And if we walk this way a little bit, I guess I was remiss in saying that the newbie farm banner was there. It's been pulled out. Now I want to mention that Kevlar Roy was gracious enough to send me a pre-release copy of this map back in December to do some checking out, and we did some pre-release live streams. If you've watched those live streams, you'll see that that banner is indeed in place, but it looks like that's been pulled out for this release. But nonetheless, this map still has a pretty long heritage to itself in various releases from Riverview to Newbie Farm and other maps, including this general road layout. Up here on this hill, we have a manure heap off in the distance. And then we have this cow barn. This is where our Angus cows are located. And this barn's going to be pre-configured to hold 1,198 cows, of which we have 30. Of course, we can put our food and straw in here. It does start out with some food, straw, and slurry already in this building. We have our manure heap, which is already producing manure. And thanks to the 1.5 update, our manure heap will no longer disconnect. We have our slurry point there. Should we have cows up here that do produce milk, our milk trigger is going to be located here around the corner where we would expect it to be. We've got a couple sheds up here. And then we're going to go up one more level. And this is where we're going to find the farm production pack. Not the farm production, the custom farm production. Not the farm production pack. So we've got another shed up here. We have a large 3-sided silage bunker. We have the farm production. Then we have our farm silo located right here. And then a large bale shed. Now I'm just going to kind of sneak through this forest area a little bit. One, it gives you a kind of an idea of how detailed the forest area is here on this map, because we've got ground clutter, we've got hedges, we've got shrubbery, we've got various types of trees all in here. But the reason we're cutting over is because I want to come over here to our farmhouse. So we have our farmhouse. We do have a sleep and wardrobe trigger. And if we come down this little hill, we have our second cow barn. We have our second manure heap. And we have our chickens, which already have some eggs spawning here. So our chicken coop is going to be able to hold 2,005 chickens. We have our food trigger there. We have our second cow barn with the slurry point there. This one again is configured with some food and straw pre-placed. And we're going to be able to put 1,191 cows in this building. We once again have our milk trigger there. Kevlar Roy did give us some fences into here, which is nice. And of course, if we wanted to, we can sell everything on all the farms. Got a nice large machine shed here with workshop trigger. We have a fuel tank. We have a large storable silo for our solid fertilizer. And this does start empty. We also have a large tank over here for our liquid fertilizer, as well as a bale storage building. The bale storage building will hold 250 bales or pallets. And our liquid tank is also empty. We have some more storage sheds, and then we have a silo over here set up for seed, and it will hold 100,000 liters. And then we are basically back to where we started here with our farm tour, because that's the hill we went up in order to go check out that cow barn. Let me go ahead and buy the other farms, and then we'll go down there and check those out. I want to take you all along for the journey. So let's get a little bit of altitude here and just kind of see our starting farm and our fields. So we own the grass field here, or well, at least in my gameplay, this is a grass field. We own these two fields, and this field over here. And if we continue this general direction, well, we're going to come over here to farmland ID 56. And this is where we have our sheep and goats. So we've got a very large pasture for our sheep and goats. And we're going to be able to put a whole bunch of sheep and goats in here. Basically 2,141. We have our food trough. We have our spawn point for our milk and wool. And then at this particular area, we also have a couple storage sheds. From here, we're going to make our way kind of southwest, just across the river, to a pig farm. That's farmland ID 60. So we have our entrance to our pig farm, located right here. We have a silo. We have our pig shed. So around the side, we have our buy point. I do apologize for kind of the jerkiness here. When I enable fly mode, the game also enables basically speed run, but I don't want speed run, but I can't turn it off. At any rate, we have 2,075 pigs available here. Got a couple sheds also at this location. And then just over this ridge, well, we have our fourth and final farm. And this farm is going to have access, a little windy road access, if you will. So we have the main road here, just south of field 30. And we've got this gravel drive. And it comes down, winds around the water, and here we are. We've got a three-sided silage bunker. We have our trees in the way. We have our farm silo, and then we have basically all the animals. So we have our chickens, 360 chickens in this chicken coop. We have cows, 109 cows in this area. We have a fairly small pasture for the cows. 280 pigs. Again, we have a fairly small area for those pigs. We have a horse area for 16 horses. Then we have a sheep and goat area for 2,003 sheep or goats. We've got a couple machine sheds and implement storage as well. We have another bale storage shed over here for, again, 250 bales or pallets. And that is basically all four of the possible player farms here on this map. Now, since we're down here to the south, let's just make our way over here to the harbor. The magical harbor that's off the playable map, but still we can get to it. Standard size plus a little bit. So this is this faint line, not the line there, this faint line just in front of the concrete. That's the map edge. Dare me to step to the left? I'm off the map. I'm off the map. Oh, everything's okay. I'm not falling through the ground. It's all good. So we have a dump point right here. Literally off the map, by the way. But at any rate, you can see we're off the PDA. Right? We're off the PDA. Down here in no man's land. You see us down here on the map. We're not there, right? So we have a dump point here. Off the map. As far as our productions go, we have our soup factory down here. We have our warehouse, so we can buy and sell warehouse goods. We have our oil mill. We have our dairy right here. We have our carpentry, or is this our cement factory? Sorry, we have our cement factory here. We have our paper mill located here as well. And let's get a little bit of altitude, and we'll make our way up the eastern side of the map. Check out this dense forest. I don't remember the exact number of trees Cavalier Roy told me were on this map, but I believe it was in the 39,000 number. So a lot. Well, probably over the tree limit. So will you be able to plant more trees? No. You're probably going to need to clear out a whole heap and a lot of trees before you plant your own. Here we have our flour mill. Let's continue up the eastern side of the map. And the next production that we're going to come to is going to be the sawmill. So here we have our sawmill. Around the corner we have our biomass heating plant, cell point. We got a little bit of a swampy marsh over here in this low-lying area. There's going to be a windy road making its way up and around and over here. And here we have our starting farm. This map is well known for its elevation changes. Lots of the fields are fairly flat, but there are some pretty darn steep hills. So while you might not need the super most powerfulest machine in order to do your farm work, you're probably going to want a super really powerful machine to transport products around the map. We've got a bit of a town area. We have a island, and here on the island we do have multiple sell points. So we have a piano manufacturing, right, from Zielonka. We have our farm shop sell point, and we have our stone crusher. So you can see our stone crusher is directly below here. And then we have our farm shop sell point and our piano production, our piano manufacturer. There is a very narrow bridge, narrow roads here on the island. We have our fuel point, or one of our fuel points on the map right here. We have our soup factory. We have our carpentry. We have our spinnery. We have our tailor shop. Sorry about these trees getting in the way. We have our church, right? We got a nice lake. Let's double back a little bit. So our soup factory, we have our fuel point. We have our cereal factory. Where we all started, we have our vehicle shop. This is the bridge that you're going to take to go to the starting farm from the vehicle shop or the town itself. Well, if you hang a left here at the bridge, you're going to come over here to a farmer's market sell point. And if we continue to make our way and wind around, we're going to come down here to a four-way, and if we hang a left, this is going to take us over to the dock eventually. We then have our pig farm. We have our other farm down here as well. We have a grape processor. Continuing on the southern road, we have our sugar mill. Continuing on our southern road, if we take this road, we're going to wind our way up and around over here to our animal dealer. So we have our manure buy point. Our slurry buy point. We have our animal dealer sell point. And we have our animal dealer buy point right there. If we continue to meander around this windy road, we're going to meet up with another road. And if we take this kind of gravel road up the hill, well, we're going to come to our bakery and our cooper. So our barrel production. It's right south of our old rundown castle, to give you a little bit of a landmark. Here at the base of the castle, we have a large farmer's market sell point. And if we continue to make this road down this big steep hill, well, we're back here to our vehicle shop. Now let's make our way past our town and wrap around this road. And this is going to take us over to our biogas plant. A little tricky getting up here to the BGA. There is a break in the trees. We've got a little bit of a road here. And this road cuts through this forest and eventually brings us into the biogas plant. We have two large three-sided silage bunkers. And the BGA itself, located right here. And then lastly, if we make our way all the way to the extreme southwest corner of the map, we have our final point of interest, which is going to be our potato processor, our potato chip factory. And folks, that is Riverview. In a nutshell, you can see the dense forest that we have on the perimeter of the map, and the altitude or the elevation changes that you will have to navigate in order to work this dense forested area. There's also some forested areas kind of to the interior, but the vast majority of these 39,000 plus trees are going to be on the perimeter of the map. I'd love to know your all's thoughts down in the comments below with respect to Riverview. Is this a map you played in Farm Sim 19, Farm Sim 22, Farm Sim 17 as Newbie Farm, or Farm Sim 15? It was probably Newbie Farm back then as well. I'm not for sure, because really I don't go further back than Farm Sim 17 with my own gameplay. But I think you can kind of see why this map has been around for such a long time, because we've got such a variety of landscape here. We've got our hilly sides, we've got our fairly flat roads around the fields. All of these areas around the field, these are cuttable hedges. And I didn't necessarily demonstrate this, but it's the Alien Gym cuttable hedges. If you've been around Farm Sim for a while, basically you buy a chainsaw, you come up here, you'll find these pieces of wood, these little trees in here, cut that down, and a section of the hedge will go away. Until next time, happy farming.